Aloha everyone, Michelle Melendez with Blossom Inner Wellness and StandTogetherHawaii.com. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's commenting, who's liking, who's subscribing. It really helps get my message out. I'm a fitness and wellness trainer, and when all this stuff started happening, I was like, I got to speak my truth, because this is game end right here, and it matters. It matters that all of us speak up and do our part. And what is the truth? Eisenhower warned against the military-industrial complex. It was in one of his last speeches before he left office. JFK warned about secret societies. Then he gets assassinated. We have a secret government that is running not only our country, but the other countries as well. And some of them are fighting back, and those are the ones that get taken out. So the reason why Russia invaded Ukraine was because he told NATO, don't come close to our borders. But they did. And this is part of the secret people who are running everything. And that's the reason he went in, you guys. It's not because he's an asshole and wanted to go and take over this country. We have to look deeper, look deeper. So what's happening is that whole narrative is getting dropped. That whole narrative, that war that has murdered hundreds of thousands of people, especially Ukrainian, because Russia was basically kicking their ass, and we're just giving them money and giving them guns and weapons, and they were getting totally beaten up. I mean, they were losing. And we keep giving them money. Like the money is going to help these men and women not be murdered? No, it's not. And it didn't. So now that is imploding on itself, and that is ending. So they need another war. This is why we go to war all the time. So the Israel thing goes deeper. It's not just who they tell you, it's who is overrunning the people that have started that, with Hassas, I think it is. And I need to research a little bit more to get the specifics about that. But my main message here is that it's the military, and then the next word after that is industrial, and then the next word after that is complex. That is the system that makes money by funding both sides of the war. They fund both sides. When we went to Vietnam, who do you think, not Vietnam, World War II, who do you think built the tanks for the Germans? The name is Ford Company. Yes, look it up. That company is part of the Industrial Complex, MIC. Okay? So you have to understand that these monsters who run the world and run the government are funding both sides of the war, and they don't care who wins, and they don't care how many people die. They just want this thing called money, and it's disgusting. It is disgusting, and it's on our blood. Our blood. This is why they want to keep us separate from each other, because as long as we're separate and we don't come together, and we don't say no more. We don't say no. I remember in Santa Cruz, when I was in Santa Cruz during the no, you couldn't get on the beach. There wasn't, you had to separate. You had to wear a mask. It was so funny. This huge sign, said, no, you can't be on the beach right now. I can't remember what the sign was. Closed, beach closed or something. This was one of the most popular beaches in Santa Cruz. It was filled with people. There was tons of people, even around the sign that said closed beach. And there's nobody was telling people to leave the beach, because there was so many people that they were just like, oh well, screw it, That's the power we have when there's so many people that go, no, I'm not complying with this. If you go into a store that doesn't allow cash because the central bank digital currency is coming out, don't go in that store. Say no. All of us do that. They're going to start accepting cash. So I'm getting off point, coming back to the MIC, military, and then the next word is industrial, and then after that word is complex. And this is the money cow. This is the cash cow for these monster demon things that have been running the world for thousands of years. And yes, I mean thousands of years. Because the Roman Empire is like America right now. Everything that happened that made the Roman Empire fall is happening in the United States. Okay, so what we need to do is we have to stay calm and balanced, prepare, have food, have water, get your GUNS, know where those are. And the other thing is to get into community. Get into community, find your neighbors, meet like-minded people, and just know, who's got your back. And if you're in the cities, I highly recommend getting out of the cities, because we have millions and millions of people coming over the border, and a lot of them are young men, and they don't know where they're going. So I don't want to put, fear out there, because I actually did a whole interview with this one woman, and all it was about fear, and I just didn't put it up because I don't want to put that. But also, or I should say, and we need to understand the world we're living in right now. Israel, what's happening over there is by design, because the MIC needs more money, and they're funding both sides. And what we need to do is make sure that our home is secure, is our loved ones are secure. Food, start growing your own food if you haven't already. Get seeds, and then we just trust. We have to trust in a higher power, and that's where we got to get back to, because the evilness that is running the world, wants us to be miserable, wants to murder us, and wants people to hate each other. So let's start loving each other. Clean up your relationships. You be the first one to say, I'm sorry, I could have done that better. And then know that person. Okay, it's like, and first of all, know yourself. I get triggered when such and such happens, so I'm going to fully accept that's a part of who I am. I'm not going to try to make it wrong. I'm breathing into that. I don't have to react. I can see that I'm having a trigger here. This trigger is no one else's responsibility but my own. I am responsible for my emotional triggers, me, nobody else. So if somebody is doing something to you, they can't make you feel a certain way. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when you take control of your own emotions and you realize that you don't have to react, you can go, wow, I'm getting really angry right now. I'm going to just go outside instead of reacting. And then you find compassion for yourself in that moment. Don't get mad at yourself. Get compassion. It's okay to feel angry. This is a normal human feeling. I get it. Breathing into that. And then you get into nature. Put your feet on the grass. It's the quickest way to ground yourself. It's the quickest way to find your balance. But this Israel thing is not by accident, and it's not by anything other than these people wanting to keep this war machine going on our dime and our blood. And I say no more. And let's just do a prayer here, because it's heavy time right now. Take a deep breath. Great Spirit, infinite intelligence, source of love that you are. We know there's a darkness here on the planet. We know that darkness and evil right now are running this world. They think that they're in charge, and they think that they're winning, and they're not. Because love and light are stronger than darkness. And when there is light, the darkness, there is no more darkness. When there is light, the rats and the cockroaches run. And that's what's happening right now, because they know people are waking up and seeing the truth of this world and the madness that doesn't need to be. And we choose as people to come together, to stand in love, acceptance of each other. We don't have to agree on everything. We don't even have to really like the other person, but we honor that person as being a unique expression of the infinite divine intelligence that decided to come to earth. That person, we don't have to have them as our best friend. but we honor each individual. And we say right now to the demons and the evil that is running the planet and running the world, you must leave now. The light is here, and we love each other. And we are no longer going to listen to the lies and the propaganda that keeps us separate. We're no longer going to pay attention to the illusion of a boy can be a girl. All of that. We're saying no to all of the darkness and all of the evil and all of the separation. We honor each other. We honor each other's choice. And we don't try and force choices on anybody, especially children. And we see this war machine for what it is, a money laundering scheme. And we say no more to it. And we ask Infinite Source to guide us, to keep us grounded, to keep us loving and supporting ourselves and each other. And we ask for grace and balance. And we tell this evilness, darkness, you are gone. You are dissipating and dissolving off of this planet. And all of the governors who are violating the protection of the Constitution are out of office. They are gone. The islands here are free. The mainland is free. Canada is free. Mexico, Europe, Australia, Canada, again, China, New Zealand, all of it. Ukraine, Russia, Israel is free. And the people are safe all around the world. And we live in harmony with each other and with the planet. And we call this forth and we claim it as done. And we say this in the name of Jesus Christ, in the name of all light beings who have ever lived and ever will live and are here present in the frequency of infinite love that created us and where we will return to. And it is done and it is so. So thank you so much. Please find that balance for yourself. Prepare, trust, and start loving yourself first, having forgiveness and compassion for yourself and then for other people. And then that we are going to have action steps, contacting our legislative body about these smart cities. I will have that because we have until May before they make that decision at the World Economic Forum, I think it is. But I'm going to have that information out for you guys. So stay tuned for that action step. Everybody can take it, everybody around the world, because if you don't have, contact your legislative body, contact your governor, and I'll tell you how to do that later. All right, you guys, much aloha.